think we need to take the conversation we were having earlier about different eras. We need to take some of that, and I get it, and I'm not trying to hinder people's law enforcement or investigations, right? But we need to take some of that era and instill it into our children. And I'm not talking about people who are doing dumb stuff. If you doing dumb stuff and you whatever, then by all means, whatever. But like for example, like I have conversations with my kids all the time about oversharing. And do you think that's okay? I mean, I explained OSINT to my daughter the other day, where there were these kids, they were they were doing their little dance or whatever in front of a sign. And I was explaining to her, I said, now, not for nothing, like, and it sounded like in passing, because we were in public, it sounded like they were talking tough, right? And I was explaining to her, okay, so you see how they're talking like they're trying to pick trouble with somebody or whatever, and they're doing it on the app. For one, that's stupid because you're doing it on the app, and now that's evidence. But two, you're doing that and not knowing that you're giving up your location. And so my daughter goes, how? I said, well, for one, look at that sign behind them, right? She goes, right. I said, okay, if you take a picture of that sign and put it into Google,
wow,
what do you think's going to happen? Google Maps is going to look it up and whatever. I said, okay. And then I explained to her what happened to the rapper Pop Smoke, rest in peace. Where I explained to her how, because, they like my daughter, like they went shopping and they're taking pictures of their bags. And I'm like, this is what happened to him. He went out to LA. He took pictures of where he was shopping. He took pictures of the house he was staying at. And I think he took pictures of some stuff getting shipped to him with the address on it. Somebody on the internet saw it, ran up on the house, robbed them, and unfortunately he lost his life in the robbery. So I was explaining to my daughter, I said, and so she was like, well, isn't that illegal? I said, the crime is illegal, but looking up all of that stuff on the internet was not. She said, why? So, which goes back into that you have no right to privacy. And how OSINT works is, as long as it's on public resources, I can obtain as much information as I want. What I do with it is where the law kicks in. So I was explaining that to them, and it's like, I think we need to, some of the old heads need to go talk to some of these pups about, do you think that's a good idea to say that, or do you think that's a good idea? Because the other thing is, these kids are ruining their futures before they even know that they have a future.